Hello retouchers, so welcome to my channel once again. So in today's tutorial, I will show you guys how I retouch and manipulate this amazing picture right here from this to this. Okay, so we are going to be taking it step by step. Okay, so just hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button. Let's dive into the tutorial. Okay, so in today's tutorial, we are going to be retouching this amazing picture right here and also manipulate it. Okay, so without much ado, let's jump into it. Okay, but first, I would love to introduce you guys to this my all-in-one retouching preset right here. Okay, so this preset it contains everything you need as a retoucher, as a graphic designer, and as an editor. Okay, so it's user friendly. Every click will give you a message directing you on what to do. So if you're a beginner, if you're a pro, it's user friendly. Okay, so if you need this my all-in-one preset right here, you can check my channel description for it. Okay, so we'll be retouching this image with my all-in-one preset. Okay, so let's start. So the first thing I will do right here is to crop this image. Okay, so I would love it to be on Instagram size. Okay, so but before I do that, I will duplicate this image, Ctrl J. Okay, then Ctrl T to bring this transform. Then I'll use my arrow key and shift it. I want to centralize it. Okay, so this is nice this way. So I use this magnet tool like this, stretch the background a little to cover up the space here. Okay, so now we love to adjust it a little. So when I size it Instagram size, it will fit well. Okay, so I use this magnet tool again. Drag this background to cover up this place. Okay. Okay, now let me merge these things together. So what I will do next is to crop it to Instagram size. Okay, so this is Instagram size right here. So now this image is on Instagram size. Yeah, okay. So before we start retouching this image, I want to remove this solar tape, all these dates on the background, okay? And to do that, I will create an empty layer right here. Okay, I pick my spot healing brush tool. Okay, so I zoom to the stuff that I want to remove. So I just have to paint on it. And remember, my spot healing brush tool is on sample all layers, okay? So because I'm working with an empty layer, so it's on sample all layers. So I want to clean these things on this background. So we are going to manipulate this background. So just paint on it, it will go out, okay? Okay, as you can see right here, the background is somehow neat before and after. Okay, so let me merge it together. Control E. Okay, so now first of all, we are going to retouch this image before we manipulate this image. Okay, so and I'm making use of the frequency separation. It's frequency separation 16 bits here. Okay, so the reason why I'm using 16 bit is because this image is on 16 bit. As you can see right here, the image is on 16 bits. Okay, so I'm using frequency separation 16 bits. Okay, so I click on it. So as you can see, every click on this my all-in-one retouching preset will give you a message. Okay, so you'll be following the message. If you're a beginner, the message will direct you on what to do. Okay, you just click continue. Okay, here it will give you a message also. Click continue. Okay, so right here, as you can see, it has load. Okay, so it's load and pause here, allowing you to choose the amount of blur that will be okay to retouch your picture. Okay, but as you can see in this particular image, 8 is much. Okay, so we have to decrease the blur. Okay, so this is 4. We decrease it to, okay, this 3.6 is okay. Okay, so we'll be using this 3.6. if you're a beginner watching this tutorial, there is no particular amount of blur to retouch. Okay, it depends on the image you are working on. Okay, so what you look after is the amount of blur that will blur your image and still leaving the texture. Like it will blur it, but you still be seeing the texture. Okay, so for this sake of this image, this 3.6 is okay. And also if we leave it at 4 it's okay also. So we'll be let's make use of 4 on it. Okay, so click OK. Remember, there are some image you'll be retouching. You increase to 6 or 14, you know. Okay, so as you can see, this is our frequency separation here. Okay, so this is our low frequency, which is the tone, and this is the high frequency, which is the texture. Okay, so frequency separation is just a technique we use in retouching picture. Okay, so the techniques, we separate the texture and the tone on 2 different layers. Okay, so as you can see, this is texture layer and this is the tone layer. Okay, so we'll be working on the tone layer right here. Okay, so now let's retouch this image. I'm making use of the mixer brush tool. Okay, so this is my settings right here. My weight is on 60, my load is 60, my mix is 100, and my flow is on 60. Okay, so you can try my settings, but if you have settings that works for you as well, you can follow up. Okay, so now let's retouch this image. So as you can see, we are going to retouch this image and also manipulate this image. So now you can see the way I'm brushing this image. You brush according to the facial structure. Okay. And when you are working on your image, make sure that if you are working on highlights, you don't take brush highlight to shadow. And if you're working on shadow, you don't brush shadow to highlights. What I mean is that I'm working on, like, this side is the shadow part. Now I will not take it this way to the highlight part. As you can see, if I do it that way, I will spoil the image. So if you're working on shadow, you brush shadow to shadow, and if you're working on highlight, like this, this is the highlight place, highlight side of this image. So I'm working on highlights with highlights. Okay, so that's the way you will retouch to get the best results. So, and if you are retouching, you have to really take your time and also observe your picture when you are brushing. Okay, so, and also work according to the shape of the structure of the body you are working on. Okay, so you increase and decrease the brush size depending on the place you are retouching. Okay, so this is before, after. You can see some changes there. Okay, so let's continue. As you can see, I'm rushing this video. Please, when you are retouching, don't be in a hurry like me. Okay, don't hurry while retouching. The reason I'm rushing this retouching, I don't want to fast forward this video, and also we are going to do manipulation. Okay, that's the aim of this tutorial. So, but I'm taking it step by step from scratch, so you will see how I achieve the results that you see. Okay, so the reason why I'm rushing this is for this video not to be that much longer. Okay, so but if you are retouching a picture, please don't be in a rush. Don't be in a haste. Take your time. And when you're working on the nose, please take your time with the nose. Work on the nose lightly. Okay, so you won't spoil the nose. So you go all over and over again. So you zoom in and zoom out. Always observe if you are really getting it the right way. Okay, always observe. Okay, this is before, after, as you can see. Okay, so let's work on the neck. The same way you brush the neck according to the how the neck is. Okay, so remember, retouching is all about beautifying this picture. Okay, so we beautify this picture and also make it look realistic, as real as possible. Okay, so you take your time. Always increase and decrease your brush size depending on the space of the place you are brushing. Okay, you can see what I'm doing. I'm mixing the skin and it's looking flawless and also realistic. Okay, so let's move to this second hand. So guys, this is a full picture right here. This is a full studio picture. So you're working the full body. So when you are retouching a full studio picture like this, you have to be very, very observant. Okay, so the whole skin, you are going to work on the whole skin. Okay, so guys, if you are watching this tutorial and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please guys subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so YouTube will notify you anytime I drop a new tutorial. And also, if you need this, my all-in-one retouching preset right here that I'm using, you you can check my channel description for it. Okay, so download it and make your work easier. Okay, so let's move to the labs. So guys, you can see the way I'm working on this picture. So, and there is one thing about retouching, you can't master it in a day. Okay, you have to practice, learn, practice all over and over again. Okay, to master it. Okay, so let's move to the second leg. You can see the way I'm working on this image. I work on highlights with highlights, work on shadow. So, and I'm moving according to how the body is. So the body will look real even when I'm done retouching. Okay. So you can see, guys, let's see what we have achieved so far. This is before and after. So you can see, guys, the the picture is looking flawless right now. Before and after. Okay. Before, after. Okay. So let's mix more. We're almost there. Okay, guys, I think we are done with this retouching. Okay, we are done with this retouching right here. So the next thing we are going to do right here is to remove some of the spots that is still on her face. Okay, so and to do that, we'll make our high frequency, which is our texture layer, active. Okay, so because frequency separation separated the texture from the tone and keep the texture on a different layer. So to remove those things now, we have to work with texture layer. So we'll make the texture layer active and pick our clone stamp tool. Okay, so zoom. Want to get rid of this wig. This wig line here. Okay. Okay, so I pick my clone stamp tool right here. Okay, with my alternative, I click alternative, then left click my mouse, pick from the skin, the good side of the skin, then brush on this wig line here to remove it. As you can see, it's off. Okay, so now the wig blend with her skin right here. So now this is nice. Okay, so I will go back to my low frequency right here, pick my mixer brush. Let me mix here a little because as I remove that stuff, there is this line that it brings out and I don't want it. So let me mix it a little so it will blend well with the skin. Okay. So when you are retouching, remember retouching is all about observant. Always be observing what you are doing. Okay, so this is nice. So I go back to the high texture again, pick my clone stamp tool again. So I remove other spots that I want to remove. So guys, remember there are many ways to do retouching. You can as well remove these spots before you start retouching. Okay, and you can as well do this way, remove after retouching. So depends on what the pattern that works for you the best. Okay, so I do the two. It depends. So you just have to observe. So this and I remove these lines here. Okay, so guys, I think this is okay for this picture right here. Okay, so let me merge this frequency separation layer. Control E to merge, okay? Or Command E if you are using Apple. So guys, this is this picture. This is before, okay? And this is after the retouching, okay? So this is nice. So the next thing I will do right here is to separate this picture from this background. Okay, so we are going to manipulate this picture before we do the skin tone, the color grading, and also whiten the eyes. Okay, and the rest. So to do the manipulation, we separate this picture from this background. Okay, so before that, let me duplicate this, Ctrl J, the layer. Okay, so I pick my quick selection tool here. Okay, so I click on this select objects. Okay, then to allow Photoshop select object for me. Okay, as you can see, guys, Photoshop have selected this object, but there is something. It didn't select it perfectly. Like the chair is not included and other part of the skin that is not perfect. So what I will do here is to pick my polygonal lasso tool and add to the selection by myself. Okay, so this is what I will do. I add to the selection. I select the place that Photoshop didn't select perfectly. Okay, guys, as you can see, I've selected the picture perfectly. Okay, so the next thing to do right here is to right click and invert the selection. Okay, so then right click and fader. Okay, I'm fading with 2. Okay, so right here, I will duplicate this image by dragging it to this make new copy right here. Then add a layer mask here, as you can see. So if you turn off these pictures now, you will notice that the layer mask separated the picture from the background. Okay, but that is a mistake. That is a mistake. Okay, so let's fix the mistake. Okay, so I will invert the selection. Okay, it will be on the picture. Okay, so I add a layer mask. So as you can see, let me turn off these ones. You can see the layer mask removed the picture, separated it from the, remove the background from the picture. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do right here is to mask these hairs out. Okay, the background that is still on the hairs out. And to do that, we'll make this mask here active and right click on it, then go to select and mask. Okay, so here in select and mask, you zoom. I'm making use of this refine edges brush. Okay, then zoom and paint on the edges to refine it. Okay, paint on the edges. Take your time and go around. Okay, so we refine the edges. And okay, so this is okay. Then we click OK right here. Okay, so then if we turn on this second layer right here, you will notice that the picture is on this second layer. Okay, So this second layer, we want to use it as our background layer. But to do that, we have to remove the picture art from the second layer. Okay. So we have to bring back the selection of the picture. You hold control and click on this mask here, this white mask on the first layer to bring back the selection. Okay. So right here, I turn off that first layer, which is our subject layer. This is our subject here. So on this second layer right here, right click and you go to select, then you go to modify and expand. You want to expand the selection. So expanding at 30, as you can see, selection has expanded. Okay. So you right click and go to fill. Then we are using content aware. Okay. Make sure you're on content aware. Okay. I click OK. So content aware, we remove this picture entirely from this background. Okay. Leaving only the background. So you allow the Photoshop to do the work. So waiting. Okay, so this is it. As you can see, the picture is out from the background. Control D. So as you can see, this background is free right there. Unless we turn on this picture, our subject layer here. Okay, but if you turn it off, you notice that this is only background. Okay, so let's turn it on. Okay, it's nice this way. So, but there is one thing I need to do. I need to bring back the shadows under this leg. Okay, so I add the layer mask on the background layer here. Okay, add layer mask. Then I pick my brush tool. Right here. Then I with white selected, with black selected up, I paint under the leg, as you can see, and bring back the shadows because I need the shadows to make the manipulation look realistic. So I bring back the shadows. Okay. So right here, the next thing to do now is to add the background that we want to use. Okay. So I have some backgrounds here that I uploaded there already. So let's start with this. So this is the first background there. So I'll drag it to the image. Let's see what this will give. So we resize it well. Okay, resize it to the satisfaction. Okay. Okay, so this is nice. So, but there is something. If we blend this white background now, it will turn to the color of this background because the background we have here already is this color. So before we blend, let's change this color to black and white. Okay, so we use our hue and saturation right here. Drop down okay. So it's on black and white this way. Okay, increase this a little. So as you can see, it's on black and white. Then we turn on the background back. Okay, yeah. To blend this background, as you can see, it suits it, but the legs are still flying. To blend it, we change the blending mode to overlay or soft lights. Depends on the one that works for you perfectly. Overlay is okay. Soft light is okay also. So let's leave it at soft light. Okay, as you can see, this is how it is. It's looking realistic, as you can see, but let's duplicate the background. Check what we get. Control J. Okay. So this is nice and beautiful. But let's check other backgrounds. Okay. So we'll get the one that will suit it perfectly. Okay. So let's turn off this. Let's group it. Let's group the two. Control G and turn off the group. Okay. So let's check this. Let's check this background right here. Okay, so guys, you have to choose to get the background that suits your image perfect. Okay. So now this will not be okay. This will not be okay as well. Okay, let's try this first. Let's try this. Okay. Now this will be nice. This will be nice. This will be nice. Okay, so let's change the blending mode to soft light. Okay, this is what we get. Okay, so let's duplicate it, Ctrl J. Okay, so this is what we get. This is looking nice. Okay, but let's turn off this hue and saturation, leaving the background color. If you leave it this way, it's too reddish. It's too reddish right here. It's too reddish, but it's still looking realistic. But let's turn this on and also move back and work with the color here. Do some adjustment with the color here. Okay. We'll do some adjustment with the color here. Okay, we leave it here. We leave it here. Okay, so the copy of this background, let's change it to normal and see. Okay, now this is normal. So let's drop the opacity. Let's see. Nice. Nice. It's looking real. As you can see, it's looking real. Okay. So guys, I think we will settle with this. This is okay. This is beautiful. So what I will do right here is to merge this together. Control E. Okay. So right here, this is the picture before and this is now. Okay. Before and this is now. So the next thing to do right here is to whiten the eyes and skin tone color grade this image. Okay. To whiten the eyes, I'm making use of my all-in-one retouching preset, the eyes doctor right here. Okay. So I'll paint only on the white side of the eye. Okay. So my foreground color will be on white or black down. Opacity 100, flow 100. So I paint only the white side of the eye. I want to whiten it. Okay. Okay, so I duplicate the copy here and change the blending mode of the copy to soft light to make it more whiter. Okay. So this is nice. This is nice. Okay. So the next thing I will do again is to merge it together. The next thing I will do again right here is to apply my dark skin tone loads here. So let's check what this dark skin tone loads, the magic it will perform here. Nice, as you can see. It's amazing. So let's group them together. Let's group the layers together right here. Control G. Then drop the opacity a little. Drop the opacity a little. Okay. So let's merge this, duplicate it, and move to camera raw filter to do some necessary adjustments there. Okay. So we move to camera raw filter. So guys, if you need this, my all-in-one preset, like I told you, it contains everything. Okay. Check the link on my channel description to download it. Okay. So here in camera raw filter, let's do some adjustments right here. So let's increase the highlight a little. So take this black down. Take this black down a little. So right here in this color, we play with this. We play with this. Take it to blue a little. Okay, so this is our vibrance. We take it a little to make the skin shiny. Okay. Okay, so you can see the changes right here. So this is nice. I click okay. So now I'll use my glow and glamour right here. I use my glow and glamour under the dodge and burn button. I want to add a little more glow on the cheek here. As you can see. So I apply this glow here. Apply it here. Apply it here also. So I apply it here also. I apply here also. Here also on the highlight side. Okay. So what I will do is to double click on this. Okay. Then go to the mask here. Make it active here. As you can see, guys, I move the fader here. As you can see, I move the fader to fader it out here. So as you can see, this is before and this is after. Before, after. So if you need more results, you can duplicate it, okay, to get more results, okay. So guys, I think this is nice and beautiful right here. So I merge. Okay, so this is our before and this is after. This is before and this is after. Okay, so guys, this is the end of this tutorial. If you watch to this extent, you are a pro. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button, okay? So YouTube will notify you anytime I drop another tutorial. If you need this, my all-in-one preset, okay? As you can see, it contains everything you need as a retoucher. Check my channel description for it, okay? So I will see you guys in my next tutorial.